Hey y'all, what is up? My name is Nay. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Y'all, we are in the month of April. Which means things are about to start revving up. Things are going to start happening, and we're going to get some stuff in the ground this month. You feel me? So, I'm going to tell you your to-do list for April so we can be successful for the summer garden, because the summer garden is here. It's here. It's almost here. For some of us, it's here. For some of us, it's almost here. And for some of us, we have some time to wait. But you know, it's all good. So, I'm going to tell you your to-do list for the month. And this really applies to me, but it can apply to everybody. So, I'm just sharing it with you. Sounds good? Cool. Okay. So, first thing on the to-do list is to order bulk soil. Y'all have not ordered my bulk soil yet. Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming within like the next I think week or so. I'll be ordering my bulk soil. If you need bulk soil, contact your local place that you think that you're going to go with. Make sure you know the pricing. Make sure you know how you're going to get it delivered. I know I need to buy a giant tarp and maybe a cart for us to go back and forth. But yeah, so I would say go ahead and order your bulk soil. Get on that list if you already haven't. So that's number one. Number two is to do a soil test if you already haven't. It's April, y'all. Do your soil test. Just do your soil test. Have I done my soil test? Absolutely not. I'm not going to lie to you. Absolutely not. Do I need to do one? Yeah. Will I do it? Yeah. Just not at the moment. But do your soil test. Do your soil test, okay? Number three, and if you see me, I'm looking down my notes. You know, I always gotta have some notes for me, okay? Number three is get your soil amendments. So any fertilizer, any bone meal, blood meal, any specific tomato fertilizer, if you need kelp, if you need liquid fertilizer, any of that, I would consider all that soil amendments. If you need any compost, if you need anything, I would say go ahead and do that because you want to prep your beds before you get ready to plant in them. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to prep your beds. Prep your beds. Even if it's new soil, just put a well-balanced fertilizer, like granule fertilizer, so it can feed the soil for however long. And make sure that you are ready to plant your stuff in your beds. Because if not, then you might not see as much success in your crops if you don't get the soil amendments, let alone amend the beds, okay? So, next is order or install your drip irrigation system. I still have to order my drip irrigation system. I was looking at it the other day just to make sure I know the price and everything. But if you don't have yours, go ahead and get your drip irrigation system. If you have it, go ahead and install it. Make sure it's working. Make sure you don't need to replace it. Make sure that sorry y'all, my nose itch. Make sure that every part of your drip irrigation is working. So that way, when you go and have your plants in it, you know that everything's working fine, because you don't want to have your plants in the beds, install it, and then it not work, and then you have to water by hand or do whatever that you need to do, instead of making sure up front that it's there or ordering it. So that is number 4. Next is order or set up your garden beds. I just ordered 2 small garden beds that I'm going to be adding to my garden. But I know Epic Gardening just had a sale. I think Vigo had a sale. I think it was a while ago. But I know Epic Gardening just had a sale for their raised beds. You can get some off of Amazon, or you can build your own. And go ahead and order that so that way you have it in, and then go ahead and set it up, because depending on when your last frost day is, you could start planting as soon as like the middle of April. If your frost day has already passed, then you're probably already, putting stuff in your beds. If your frost day is coming up, then you'll be nice and prepared so that way your beds are already up and ready to go. So, order or set up your garden beds. Next, if the weather permits it, go ahead and harden off your ceilings. I will probably be doing this maybe in like 2-ish weeks. Like for the rest of this week, it doesn't look like it's going to freeze. Oh no, it's going to freeze tomorrow. But after that, I don't think it's going to freeze. But I'm not putting out transplants until like maybe 2 weeks. Make sure you check your weather, especially like if you just want to keep your transplants outside and you don't want to have to go back and forth to get them. Make sure the weather permits it. In order to harden your seedlings off, you just have to do it increments at a time. So for the first day, do it for an hour. For the second day, do it for 2, so on and so forth, until you either want to keep your seedlings outside or until you can pretty much put them out all day. They can get the sun, the nutrients, and all that they need, and then bring them back inside. So go ahead, if the weather permits it, and if your frost date is in the month of April, go ahead and start hardening off your seedlings. Make sure that you have all of your growing mediums, whether that's grow bags, containers, buckets, raised beds, etc. Like, just make sure that you have everything ordered. I still need to order a few more grow bags, especially for my herbs and stuff. So I'm going to be ordering that this month to make sure that I can put out all my herbs and everything like that. But just make sure you have all your growing mediums, because you don't need raised beds, you don't need land, you don't need a big space. You can literally grow in grow bags, which I will be showing you throughout my journey, the grow bags I will be growing in. So if you want to grow food, you don't need a lot of space. Go ahead and get you some grow bags, get you some soil, some compost, and some soil amendments, and you're going to grow some food this year, because this is the year. This is the year to grow you some food. There's no excuses. There's no excuses whatsoever. All right. So, next. Make sure that you have your supplies like your gloves, your gardening tools, and all of that. Make sure that everything is working properly. Make sure you have your gloves. Make sure that all your gardening tools aren't rusty. Make sure that they're fine, they're pristine. If you need to get some more, go ahead and get some more. Because once gardening season starts, it's going to be really, really hard to keep up. And you just want to make sure you have all that on the front end. Next, I would say direct sow your spring crops if you already haven't. So like if you want to grow your beets, your lettuce, your leafy greens, your radishes, all that, go ahead and direct sow that now in April, so that way you can get your harvest by May, and that way it won't get too hot and all your stuff will bolt or go to seed. So go ahead and direct sow your spring crops if you already have not. And then last but not least on this list is purchase transplants if you already haven't started your seeds, depending on when your last frost date is. Okay, so the reason why I say that is because you don't have to start your garden from seed. It would be great if you do, but if you don't, then that's fine. You don't have to start your garden from seed, but make sure that if your last frost date is in April and you know when you want to plant, then I would say go ahead and start looking at nurseries and greenhouses and things like that to pick up your transplants and know what variety, how many that you need and all that. And then you can always like calculate and have a budget for how much your transplants will cost, whether that's tomatoes, peppers, herbs, eggplants, basil, any flowers that you want to do, any of that. So I would just make sure that you have your transplant list. I would make a list of whatever transplants that you want to have. Make a list of whatever transplants you want. See where you can get them from. See what varieties that you want. And I would start looking around, calling around, all those things. And then making sure that you get them in time in order for them to be hardened off. I don't know if you have to harden off seedlings from nurseries and greenhouses, but if you can harden them off, and then you can go ahead and plant them when you're ready to plant them after your last frost date and when your weather permits it. So yeah, that is all, guys. That's all on my list. Please let me know if there's anything down below that I missed or that you want to add to do for the month of April for your gardening and all that. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys watching so much. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this content or if you found any value in this. And we will be doing a lot of things together in the garden this month. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye, guys.